Hello guys, so I already put out my pitch for Cyborg, but we already know that, and don't mind any background noise, I'm currently in a hurricane, so I'm going to try to get as much noise out as possible, but it might not be able to get all of it out. But we all know that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is probably the best movie franchise in the universe, the world, and the DC Universe isn't really that good. I've seen a million people do their take on this, but I've seen no one do it like how I want to do it. Now, a lot of people disagree, but I think that these counterparts are just a little better than what other people have, but I get it because other people are trying to have the actual DCEU team. But I'm going to start from scratch and let's get straight into it. Let me get this straight. I do not hate the DCEU. I love a bunch of the movies in there, but I just think that it was just, they were rushing and all of that, so let's get into it. To start off, we need a replacement for Iron Man. Now, I already gave my pitch for this movie, but I would have the replacement for Iron Man be a Cyborg movie. Now, I know there's not a lot of similarities besides the powers, but let me just tell y'all, I think that Cyborg is probably the most underrated DC character, because Cyborg has a bunch of great villains and a bunch of great stories that we could tell, but I'm going to be changing all of that up because I do not like a lot of the stories, but there is some very great ones. Starting off with this movie, I'm not going to go deep into it, but I'm just going to say the main villains and move on. The main villain would be Grid, and I just think this because I just think Grid could be a good villain. And we will see a little bit of Metallo in this movie, setting up the next movie. Sorry, I did not mean the next movie in the cinematic universe. I meant the next Cyborg movie. The next movie in the cinematic universe would be The Incredible Hulk, so my equivalent to The Incredible Hulk would be a Martian Manhunter movie. Now, the main villains of this will be the White Martians, and yeah. Then we have Iron Man 2. The equivalent to Iron Man 2 will be a sequel to the Cyborg movie. It will be a Cyborg sequel, and this will introduce Black Canary in the sequel. Like I said, this will introduce Black Canary because I think Black Canary needs to be done right. The next movie will be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Thor, and the next movie for me will be a Wonder Woman movie, and I think that this movie can basically be like the actual Wonder Woman that we got, but some little details changed. And we would hear a reference to Green Arrow, and this would take place in present day, the Wonder Woman movie, and we will hear a reference for Green Arrow, played by Stephen Amell because he's the perfect age because this would be released in 2011. As I said, the main villain will be Ares. Now we need the equivalent for Captain America, the First Avenger, and obviously I would have to go with a Batman Begins movie with the actor Robert Pattinson. The main villain will be the Joker. And I think that the Joker should be in this movie. I forgot to mention, Amanda Waller would actually be going to each event, or Justice League. She's basically like the Nick Fury counterpart in this universe. But Joker, and we would also have Jason Todd, and Joker will kill Jason Todd in this movie. Finally, we have the Avengers, and the equivalent to this movie will be Justice League. Now, the team lineup in this movie is completely different from the actual team lineup in the actual movies, so let's get into it. The team lineup in my universe is Cyborg, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Green Arrow, and the final member is Black Canary. The main villain of this movie will be Ares, and Ares is basically was sent by Darkseid with a bunch of parademons to invade Earth to try to get one of the mother boxes, and Cyborg destroys one of his mother boxes to create a new mother box. And that is all for my DCEU. If it was structured as the MCU, I most likely will be doing a part 2. I will have a bunch of videos up today because I have a bunch of free time on my hands. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.